Hello, welcome. My name is Natasja van Eyck and I'm founder of the ICPBC International College for Professional BidFit Consultants. And while I'm mostly on the road, I don't have so much time to answer all questions on social media, but today I do have a little bit of time because I'm working on videos for my online. And I thought, okay, let's do a question that I get a lot of times. And that is the pulling up of the tongue and the tongue, putting the tongue on top of the bid. So the tongue is not under the bid anymore. So what are my thoughts about it? Well, there are many thoughts and many reasons for this. And this is also the reason why I always say to people, I can't give you any advice unless I've seen your horse, I palpated your horse, and I've seen you riding. So, but let's talk about the reasons. You have bars, and if the bars of the horse, so that's the part of the lower jaw, so here, if the bars are really sharp, sometimes they're really sharp like knives, and the tongue is on top of it. So I have the bars, I have the tongue, and I have a bit. When the bit is pressing the tongue down, the bars will be annoying the tongue from the bottom of the tongue, of course, and the horse can pull up the tongue to get away from the pressure on the tongue, from on the top of the tongue by the bit and on the bottom of the tongue by the bars. So that's one reason. It could also be the palate. The palate can be round, can be flat. There are many different palates. So that's why we always palpate the horse. And if the palate is very flat and you have a really thick, not fitting bit, or the shape is completely wrong, the horse can be having the bit bumping against the palate, which is quite common if you say, for instance, have a single jointed with say a single jointed too big bauger, then you will have the point up. So the size, the shape, everything matters. And then the horse can pull up the tongue and put the tongue over the bit to protect the palate from being hurt. It could also be that the horse just has a very sensitive nerve system in the tongue, or the tongue is just really flat and small, so it cannot handle that much weight pressure, and some riders can have a lot of pressure. So that's also something we take in account. But that's not all. We also look at what is the rider doing, and is it at certain points that the horse is pulling up the tongue? Because if you're looking biomechanical at the horse, sometimes a horse is moving in a way and the rider is making a rein aid on not the right timing, because, well, the cervical spine is not aligned between the shoulders. So the horse is leaning a bit on one shoulder and they are asking it to bend. And that, of course, gives a lot of uneven pressure in the mouth, but it also gives muscle tension on one side of the neck. And that can also be a reason for the horse to flip the tongue, to pull the tongue up. Also, if the horse brings the sternum down, even with us, our tongue goes up a little. So it has to do with a lot of factors. So I cannot advise anyone a bit. If you do want to have an advice of your horse and you're living abroad, always check the register of ICPBC BidFit Consultants. Most of them are, next to well-trained in my education, also physiotherapists, veterinarians, dentists, so they can assess a lot more than just the bit. And sometimes it is, unfortunately, the sensitivity of the tongue, and there's nothing to do about it. But most of the times we can find a solution if we take everything in account. So hopefully this answers your question. And maybe in next time I will answer another question. But if I don't respond, if you're from another country, it is just because I get too many different social media questions. So if you just keep it at WhatsApp or TikTok, then I have it all combined, and then later on I will sometimes make a video like this. So thank you for your time, and maybe see you live one day. Bye.